Okay, let's unpack this. We're doing a deep dive into a story where um, pure financial desperation meets the, let's say, very lucrative world of spiritual certainty.
Exactly. Our main character is a bartender, and he's at the absolute end of his rope. Bank account is 0.
And he's tried everything, right? All the online hustles.
Yeah.
Tutoring, streaming, drop shipping.
And he's failed at all of them, just spectacularly. He needs something that pays, fast, in cash, no certificate required.
And the spark, the idea for his new career, it's almost funny. He's at work, just polishing the bar, staring up at this bolted-on TV.
And it's showing one of those late-night televangelists. The guy's pacing. He's waving this giant golden crucifix around, talking about dark forces.
But the bartender, he's not listening to the sermon. He's looking at the little text at the bottom of the screen.
The price tag, that's the moment of realization. It's flashing.
Cleansing services start at $2,499.
Almost $2,500.
That's 3 months of his rent in one go. He's watching what he calls bad theater, and it just clicks. The value isn't in the spirituality itself.
No, it's in the certainty. This guy on TV is selling a solution to anxiety, and it has a price tag. And our bartender decides he wants a piece of that action.
He sees the market, sees the vulnerability.
He does. And so our mission here is to trace the birth of his scam, the creation of this persona, Brother Elias, and then look at the business plan that actually worked.
Right, that worked perfectly.
Yeah.
Until it didn't, until he ran into the one thing that shattered everything.
So let's get into that blueprint, Brother Elias, Chapter 1.
So he gets home, right? And he's just buzzing with this idea. He sits down and types what might be the most honest search query ever.
I love this part. It's so telling.
How to do an exorcism real good.
Not just good, real good. And that search immediately shows him the 2 different markets.
Yeah, first he gets all the official stuff. Church doctrine, years of training, ordination required.
The message is basically, don't you dare try this. It's a high barrier to entry. Way too high for him.
So he pivots. He finds what he calls the weirder side of the internet.
Blogs, forums, self-proclaimed experts charging $500 an hour to wave sage around. And that's his market. That's the client who can't or won't go to the church.
And his starter kit, his toolkit for this new venture, it cost him less than $20.
It's incredible. It's the spiritual equivalent of a lemonade stand.
He gets a beat-up Bible for $4. Version doesn't matter.
A huge thing of table salt, a 10-pack of candles from the dollar store.
But the centerpiece, the real prop, was a plastic crucifix from a Halloween shop.
Which he then spray paints gold, just to make it look, quote, slightly less like a toy.
It's all about the performance. He doesn't even learn what the Latin he finds on demonology forums means.
No, phrases like exoso tsp spiritus immundus. He just has to be able to say it confidently while looking very, very serious.
Because the entire product is just the performance of certainty.
Exactly. So he puts up the ad on Craigslist, calls himself Brother Elias.
It sounds just biblical enough,
It does, and he adds the guarantee. No spirit too dark, no presence too strong, guaranteed results.
He figures he'll have some time, to work on his pitch.
But he doesn't. The phone rings 6 hours later.
6 hours. That just tells you everything about the level of need out there, doesn't it?
It really does. And this first client, she's the perfect profile. She's nervous. She's whispering on the phone about banging noises at night. She lives alone.
So he drives over in his neighbor's borrowed car, which smells like processed meat. He's rehearsing his fake Latin.
And she's waiting for him. She's in a bathrobe, pink rollers in her hair, looking at him like he's about to save her life.
And he starts the show. He's waving the Bible, scattering salt, shouting dramatically into a closet.
And she's gasping on cue. It's working. Psychologically, he's already won.
But then he gets to the kitchen, where the sound is the loudest, a kind of scratching from behind the fridge.
And he admits, for a second, he feels this little jolt of actual panic. What if it's real?
But the reality is much more mundane and, well, a lot grosser.
It's a rat. A huge, fat, smug rat.
Now, this is where the genius comes in, right? The improvisation. A normal person would say, "Ma'am, you have a pest problem."
But not Brother Elias. He turns around with a completely straight face and tells her he is about to face a highly concentrated form of evil.
He calls the rat more evil than many I've encountered.
He traps it, throws it out the window, does a few jumping jacks for dramatic effect, and then declares the house cleansed.
He tells her the spirit is gone, but the negative energy might take a few hours to fade.
And she just looks at him with total gratitude,
Wow.
hands him $200 cash folded inside a Kleenex.
And he drives home feeling, yeah, like a lunatic, but a profitable one.
And that first job, it proves the business model. Most of these hauntings are just, everyday things.
Leaky pipes, weird neighbors, a TV left on.
There was even one guy who thought his mirror was possessed because he couldn't see his reflection blink.
Wait, that's a real example.
That's the core customer. It's not about seeing demons. It's about needing a simple, tangible explanation for your own anxiety.
So Brother Elias isn't an exorcist. He's cheaper than a therapist.
Exactly. He's a profitable, idiot-proof scam. He offers certainty. You can't banish anxiety, but you can pay someone $200 to throw a rat out a window.
And his confidence just grows from there. He starts upgrading his gear.
He does. The plastic crucifix gets replaced with a secondhand wooden one. He buys a priest's coat from a thrift store.
He even starts memorizing more complex Latin. He's getting better at the lie.
He's becoming a true believer in his own performance. And he settles into a routine. Calls come in, cash comes in.
Until one night, it's about 6 o'clock, he's microwaving noodles, and the phone rings.
And this is the call, the one that changes everything.
The man on the phone sounds different, tense. But the first thing he does is offer double the rate, up front.
And that cash offer, it's so powerful, it just silences all the alarm bells that should be going off in his head.
He's blinded by it. So he gets in the car and drives out to this address on the edge of town.
The house already looks wrong. Leaning fence, a boarded-up window, a satellite dish pointed straight at the dirt.
And the client who meets him at the door, he's unnervingly normal-looking. Tucked-in shirt, neat hair, but he's silent. He just sort of hovers.
But it's the smell inside the house that's the first real sign of terror. It's not rot or garbage. The narrator describes it as, like, walking on dead skin.
Ugh. The whole house is just covered in dust, furniture under sheets. It feels abandoned.
And the client isn't chatty like the others, so Brother Elias, now a professional, just launches into his routine. He lights the candles, sprinkles the salt,
Opens the Bible to a random page.
and he reads the verse aloud. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
The irony.
Almost unbearable. And it's right after he says those words that the atmosphere shifts.
It's not a big, loud thing. He describes it as a draft you only notice when the back of your neck starts to itch.
He finishes his little ritual, expecting the usual sigh of relief and the envelope of cash.
But that's not what happens. Instead, the whole performance just collapses.
The physical stuff starts. First, the hallway door slams shut.
Then the kitchen door slams so hard it shakes the wall.
And then the plate. A plate on the kitchen counter doesn't just fall, it spins off the counter and explodes on the floor.
His first instinct is that it's a prank, a setup. He looks at the homeowner.
But the homeowner is just as terrified. He's frozen, just nodding slowly. Brother Elias knows this isn't a leaky pipe.
So he decides to run. His act is over. He grabs the front door handle.
And it doesn't budge. He twists it, leans on it, nothing. He asks the homeowner, you lock this.
The man just shakes his head. They're trapped.
And the homeowner's face goes completely slack. His mouth just hangs open. He's staring down the hallway.
And then this wind, this cold, unnatural wind, pushes through the house. It feels like it's sucking the air out of his lungs.
And then he sees her. She steps out of the shadows by the stairs.
And the physics are all wrong. Her feet are hovering above the floor. Her whole form is shimmering.
And the details are just horrific. Her face is twisted, sunken, like half of it was scooped out. Her eyes are glossy and pitch black.
And there's this thick black sludge dripping from them. Her dress is soaked, clinging to her.
The homeowner just whispers, that's her.
And Brother Elias, in total panic, does the only thing he knows how to do. He grabs his little jar of table salt.
And he throws it. And it does nothing, absolutely nothing. He throws the actual jar.
And it passes right through her. It just passes through her form and shatters against the wall behind her.
In that single moment, his entire world, his whole scam just evaporates. His props are just plastic and sodium. They're useless.
And the ghost, the entity, it completely ignores him. It's not interested in him at all.
It moves through the air right at the homeowner and collides with him.
The man just drops. He starts convulsing on the floor, his arms and legs bending at impossible angles.
And then slowly, silently, he starts to levitate off the floor.
And our narrator is just standing there holding a melted candle and a cheap Bible, thinking, I had no script for this part.
The show is over. He turns, grabs the doorknob again, fully expecting it to be locked solid.
But this time, it just gives way. The door swings open instantly. And he runs.
He doesn't look back. He just gets in the car and flees, his stomach just a block of guilt and sheer confusion. He saw something impossible.
But he knows he can't go to the police. What would he say? fake exorcist saw a real demon.
So he does the only thing he can think of. He calls the non-emergency line, pretends he's a concerned neighbor, asks for a welfare check. He's so relieved he never even got the client's name.
But the story isn't over. A little while later, an officer actually calls him back.
And the officer sounds amused, almost laughing. He says the man at the address is totally fine, friendly even.
Said he was just meditating. The house was clean, quiet, nothing unusual.
And this is what really breaks the narrator's mind, the cognitive dissonance. He saw what he saw, but the official report is that everything is normal.
So the next morning, he has to know. His eyes feel like sandpaper, he hasn't slept, and he drives past the house one last time.
Just to see, just to confirm the man is okay, he slows the car down.
And the man is there, standing in the front window.
And he's smiling at him.
But it's how he moves. As the car drives past, the man's head follows it.
Slow and smooth, he says, like it was mounted on something that could rotate full circle.
And that's it. Brother Elias was retired on the spot. He went home, deleted every single ad, and never looked back.
So what does this all mean? I mean, the story is this perfect illustration of how a scam is built on desperation.
Right. His props, his confidence, it all worked perfectly when the problem was just anxiety or a weird noise. The clients wanted to believe him.
But when he faced something that didn't care about his performance, all he had was a plastic cross and some salt. The entity didn't have to fight him, it just had to ignore him.
And that raises the really chilling questions, doesn't it? If the man was just meditating, what did that thing want? Why did it let the scammer leave?
Was it because he was just such a non-threat, a harmless annoyance? Or was the psychological scar the real punishment? The memory of that smile, that rotating head, maybe that was the price he had to pay.
He got his rent money in the end, but he lost a sense of certainty, his sanity forever. And it leaves you with this final, really dark thought. If the real threats are silent and just smile back at you from behind the glass, what good is a fake exorcist? What happens when the thing you're pretending to fight is happy to let you run away just so you can tell everyone else it is real?